Hey guys, welcome to Repliforce Plays Bayonetta 2. I'm Alex, and obviously we're going to play Bayonetta 2. So, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm actually redoing part of this recording. In fact, I'm redoing part of this recording because, the other recording was kind of all over the place. I started a new file to do Infinite Climax, which is what this whole playthrough is going to be. And it was just a waste of time because in the new file I didn't have any health upgrades or, well, any upgrades at all. It was just, doing it all from scratch. But that was really not that fun. It was too hard. It's basically 2 hits and you're dead. So I decided that I'm just going to use my existing file. It makes more sense that way anyways. As you can see, if I go into my play history, I already did 7 of the chapters. Well, I guess 8 if you include the prologue. So I'm actually redoing the first 3 chapters because that's what the first recording was. I think I'm going to skip Records of Time just because that chapter doesn't matter. I don't really care for the story in this game. I'm gonna let most of the cutscenes play out, but you know what? I guess I'll do it because I guess I should show off all of what this game has. But God, this chapter really just doesn't matter, to be completely honest. You can't die. It's all just a chapter for story. So if you care about the story, that's great. I don't, just because the story is really hard to follow. It's almost impossible to follow, to be honest. I only understand some parts of the story. Most of the other stuff, once it gets like over halfway through the game, I just don't even know what's going on. But I'll do it anyways. Might be a waste of time, but no big deal. Alright, well, here's Bayonetta, and the other character is Rosa, who can't remember if she was really in the first game much. There is some stuff in this prologue that's somewhat referencing back to the first game. Not really much right now, but one of the cutscenes after this beginning part. So I'm really not trying that much right now. Like I said, you can't die in this part, unless I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can't. It doesn't even show a health bar anyways. I also can't even switch my weapon set right now. But yeah, Bayonetta 2, definitely one of the best games on Wii U. It's personally my second favorite game on the Wii U right now. First would go to Smash Brothers, then this game. And after that, top 3 would probably go Smash, this, and then either 3D World, Mario 3D World, or Tropical Freeze. Probably, unless I'm forgetting a very important game, but that would probably be my order. So yeah, this game's really good. I really don't, besides the story being impossible to follow in certain aspects, I really do consider this a near perfect game. I'm not saying it is perfect, I'm just saying like the gameplay and everything works so well. It's constantly fun. I put so much time into this game, and figured it was about time to actually do a playthrough of it. And I've never beat the whole game on Infinite Climax. Like I said, I'm restarting part of this playthrough. I'm only going to have to go up to chapter 3, and then I think I already did 4 through 7. because I'm not going to re-record the whole playthrough since some of the later parts are still usable. So, yeah, everything after Chapter 7 I have not even done yet. Figured I'd restart it and get this over with before I continue, because that way I can start uploading this stuff. Dang it. But Infinite Climax, yeah, it's a real pain in the butt, especially during certain, like, hidden verses, and if you don't know what verses is, basically each chapter in this game is split into verses, and each verse is like a different battle that you're doing. Because of course this is an action game, so you're going to be doing a lot of fighting. And there's a lot of hidden verses in each chapter. Sometimes they're Muspelheim, sometimes it's just that chapter hidden off in a certain direction of the level that you might not normally go in. And some of them in Infinite Climax, just from what I've done in the first 7 chapters, are very, very hard. And if you played the first Bayonetta, you should recognize this Lumen Sage guy. Or you should at least know what a Lumen Sage is. Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure. It's been a while since I played the first game. I actually didn't even play the first one until this one came out. I started to play this one, I really liked it. I think I got probably through chapter 1 or 2. And then I was like, well, now I have to go back and play the first game so I can understand the story more, but it really didn't help me understand the story at all. But I am glad I went back and played the first one, because it's also a really good game. I do think this one is a lot better than the first game. Well, maybe not a lot better, but I do like this one more. It has a greater variety of enemies, and I think the levels are more fun to go through, so... Anyways, this guy is from the first game, so you should recognize him.
But the right eye of light was lost from the world forever, along with its possessor, the last of the Lumen Sages.
Alright, well, that was Records of Time, the end. Like I said, pretty short chapter, if you want to call it that. But this is our real first chapter of the game. The first chapter you can actually die. I am going to try to switch the costume of Bayonetta every chapter and show off all the Nintendo costumes. Because this game was published by Nintendo, I believe. Developed by Platinum Games. Which is why it's a Wii U exclusive, is because Nintendo published it. If it weren't for Nintendo, this game probably would not have ever existed. Which may not be completely true, but it was through Nintendo's help that this game was even made, so... And there's Nintendo. Anyways, I'll try to be quiet through most of this cutscene. Because it does try to set up a story quite a bit.
What I need? Some heels without guns. You don't mind if we make a quick stop, do you?
Do you know what day's coming up? Here I was shopping, minding my own business, then you show up and turn me into a damn porter. Seriously, Bayonetta, you still haven't paid me back for the car. Hey, whoa!
Now, is that any way to speak to an old friend? Besides, I did that job for you, for free. Do I really have to tell
I'll turn
you
up the game volume a little bit.
my legs sobbing like a schoolboy?
This is why I can't have good things. You're some piece of work, you know that? If you weren't already lined up to go to Inferno, you'd be well on your way with all the shit you pull. Dressing up like a nun just so you could off some angels and keep the underworld happy. Hey, I'm talking to you. Shit. But if it's that or getting torn limb from limb for eternity in whatever circle of Inferno you witches go to if you break the contract, forget about it. I'd off the fucking wing bastards all damn day. Oh, hey, what the heck? Hey. But what the fuck you wasting your time trying to send some schmucks off to the afterlife for? Oh.
Done and done. Let's go home, Enzo.
Hey, wait a second. I ain't done here. If I don't get what I came for, I'm gonna be the biggest mutt in the city.
And what is it that you came to fetch, my dear?
Real funny. I know better than to tell you a damn thing. I'll never hear the fucking end of it.
You always know how to make an entrance, John. A rare sight to see you in the city. Just had something I had to look into. Cereza, you haven't felt anything strange recently? Now that you mention it, I still haven't quite figured out how a broke, bumbling wise guy managed to turn himself into a semi-respectable family man.
Forget about it. And what's this Cereza shit? You're about as sweet as my Nona's grappa, you know that? Some witch with amnesia goes around calling herself a weapon, and it turns out she really got stuck with a kid's nickname. That shit's rich, I tell you what.
Our friends in Paradiso are far too quiet. I'm sure you've noticed. But they aren't the only ones. Pray tell. Our friends down south seem to be a bit upset as well.
And now in libraries, the annual holiday parade is being held today. City police have closed off roads to prepare for the massive influx of merrymakers expected to take in this year's festivities, set to be headlined by a flyover from the military's aerial acrobatics unit.
Oh shit! The Platinum Stars! Crap. I need to hurry up and get Ed and Edna's presents, or I'm gonna get it.
We'll talk later. I'll see you back home. Don't forget to pick up the things for the party.
What's the matter with you? I told you what I'm after. A jet! I want a toy jet! You know, the kind with wings, flies in the sky. No, I'm not buying any damned angels. Yellow, blue, I don't care what color they are. I learned my lesson with those bastards, you hear me? Just a normal damn jet, please! You hear that? I want one of those! The thing's flying in the air right now. That's the one. That's the biggest one you got in the store, right? Wrap it up nice, will you? It's a present, for God's sakes. Yo! You know what? Screw the pretty ribbon. Just hurry up and put it in the box, will ya? Fuck the damn ribbon!
try to avoid doing this in my Sunday best. At least your lot still knows how to make an end.
Alright, cutscene's almost over. We are introduced to our first enemy, even though in Infinite Climax, it's going to introduce us to enemies even after we might have already seen them our first time. Because some of the harder enemies appear a lot sooner in Infinite Climax, so... Anyways, now we have Bayonetta with her normal attire on. So if you're not really aware of the Bayonetta story of the first game at all, basically angels and demons are both evil in a sense, or at least that's the impression I got from the first game. So yeah, basically everyone's evil, except Bayonetta. She's not a demon or anything, but she is an Umbran witch. I would try to explain the story of the first game more about the battle between the Umbran witches and the angels and whatnot, but like I've said before, the story is all over the place. It's been a while since I played the first one. I played it in October last year, and I haven't played it since then. So yeah, it's really hard to remember a complex story like that, especially with how long it's been, so...
This is why I never buy anything on sale.
Didn't I say it? This is why I can't have nice things. Damn it, car, start already.
Right on time to deliver a little holiday cheer.
Oh, fucking
Yet another character from the first game.
Rodin? But I don't believe it, Sin.
Watch your mouth,